Hello guys, it's J Roms here back at it again with another video. Before we get started with this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I got a haircut. My hair's getting big. I really don't know what to do with it. At all. I really don't know what to do with it. I just got home, went to a diner. Tell me why the diner, I didn't want to go to the diner, but my boyfriend wanted to go to the diner. And now his stomach hurts and I feel bad. So hopefully he gets better. But what I wanted to talk about is keep going. Keep going. Literally, keep going. So 2 days ago, I was having a really bad day. One of the worst days I've had in a long time. Particularly just because I was not really feeling myself, and I was contemplating I want to give up. I don't know what to do anymore. I was praying to God, what do I do? And it felt like I was just in a hopeless state of mind. And a lot of people feel like that. A lot of people go through meltdowns, but this meltdown was it scared me because for a moment in time, I really thought I didn't care about my life. I didn't care about what was going to happen. I didn't care about the consequence of my actions. And I think that when you get to that place, you really have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to sit down with yourself and wrangle yourself back to reality. And I think I get so stressed. I get so anxious because I feel like I have a lot on my plate. I'm only 21, but I feel life is a lot harder. I can't even say life is a lot harder now than it was back then, because life was very hard back then, for me at least. But it's harder in a way of not knowing how to be an adult. I feel like a lot of us young adults haven't been taught how to really survive in this world. We don't know taxes. We don't know how to, what to really do. And I feel like that's everybody when they're 20s. When they're 20, when they're trying to figure out stuff, you don't really know what to do, and you're trying to figure out how to be an adult, whatever not. But I feel like our generation right now, we really, our parents and everybody let the ball drop a little too much. In my opinion. And I think that, I'm just struggling with, my identity, trying to find myself, trying to get a job, trying to have money, trying to, be successful in music, trying to do all these things because, in your 20s, you're supposed to be striving for excellence. You're supposed to be striving to build yourself as a person. And I think that this is the time where you're supposed to do stuff like this to create a future for yourself and, later down the road, for your kids and whatnot. But I'm just struggling with all that, and plus mental health issues on top of that really make it a little bit more harder sometimes. And I think that this meltdown really just made me realize it could be over like that, and it's my choice. Not always, death is usually not your choice, but it's my choice to keep my head in the right state of mind. And in that moment, I felt like God was trying to tell me, I could either take myself out, but then who would I be helping? Or I could sit here, deal with the struggle, get through what I need to get through, and keep going. Because in reality, we don't know our future. And I think that when we try to put things and we try to, handle them ourselves all the time, and we try to think that we have the mighty hand, and when we try to contradict, I believe in God, but yet I'm not going to let God help me, you get into a place where you're living two lives. You're living two lives because you feel I have faith, but I still got to get it. I still got to do it all by myself. And it's honestly, you don't got to do it by yourself. When I was young, I used to be scared to ask for help. And I always thought, why am I scared to ask for help? Because I realized nobody would help me, and I had to do it by myself. but it was also like I was scared to ask for help because I didn't want to seem weak, vulnerable, or like I couldn't do stuff that other people could do. I didn't want to seem like I couldn't handle my life. But sometimes it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help so you can further better yourself to help other people at the end of the day. I feel like if you don't ask for help, then how can you help people? When I watch YouTube videos, that's me asking for help. And it's not even like I don't pray. I pray to God. But when I'm looking for ways to better my life and to better my routine and to, you know, I'm watching these YouTube videos to give me perspectives on how to better my life. I'm asking for help. I'm looking for guidance. Because a lot of people in my life haven't really been able to give me guidance. And yes, I look to guidance for God and whatever not in God. But I think that it also stems from looking at other people's lives and perspectives and whatever not, and not taking that as, oh, their life is better than mine, or they know it all. But just taking pieces of that and putting it into my own life and my own perspective. But I want to tell you to keep going, because I feel like a lot of people are at the point in their life where they're kind of stagnant. They don't really know where to go. If you're in that position, I'm in the same position. You don't really know where to go. You're kind of hesitant. You're kind of like, yes, I'm getting my energy back. I'm getting my confidence back. I'm getting my mind back, but it's still a little foggy. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm stressing, but I'm not really stressing over nothing. It's just my own inner dialogue and my own ambitions that are making me stressed out. What do? And what I have to say to that is just keep going. Like, you need to realize that it's going to be okay. And that you just got to keep going. Like, you cannot give up. Like, you cannot give up, okay? Like, point blank period. Like, because at the end of the day, like, we're here for a reason. And I'm realizing that, like, slowly as I make these videos and slowly as I start to find myself and slowly after I start to build myself up, that I got to keep going. Not from just me, but because God put me in this position to help other people. God put me in this position to learn from other people. Because we are a chain, right? We are a chain reaction. So if I take myself out of the reaction, it's like having, okay, your DNA, right? It's a chain. And you take one part of that out of the DNA. You take one chain or one chromosome or one whatever out of that reaction or that DNA. You fuck up the DNA cycle. It alters what it was supposed to be, how it was supposed to go, what you were supposed to feel, how everything was supposed to be. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But if you took anything out of your DNA, you would literally alter it and it would be fucked up. Like it wouldn't be what it is. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when people want to, you know, commit suicide, when people want to give up, and, you know, I've been at that stage. Trust me, I've been at that stage. You have to realize that you are a DNA strand in this world. If you take yourself out, or if you feel like you're not good enough and you just want to end it, trust me, don't do it, because you are that missing puzzle piece that we've always needed. You just need to step into who you are. You got to stop being afraid of who you are. Trust me, I'm afraid of who I am as well. But you have to realize that you are special. You are unique. Nobody got that DNA like you. And nobody will ever have that DNA like you. Because in reality, we are who we are for a reason. Like, I am not like you. You are not like me. But yes, we are equal. We're equal because we're opposite from each other. But yet, there's nobody like us, so I guess we're the same, right? So what I'm trying to get at this is, like, I've made videos of loving yourself and appreciating yourself and being patient with yourself, but keep going. Motivate yourself to be like, I do have mental health issues. I am not perfect, but I'm still here, and yes, I am blessed, but I'm gonna keep going, not for anybody else but myself and for God, you know what I mean? And I realized, like, when I was in that moment, usually I would have already been in the hospital. I already been, mentally, like, done. I would already been crapped out. But I just realized that, like, I gotta keep going because I don't even know my purpose yet. And if I don't stay here, then like I'm never gonna figure that out. And maybe if I'm not here, it might alter everybody else's journey that I'm supposed to be encountering, with other people. So it's like you have to just realize that at the end of the day, you can't take yourself out of the equation unless God takes you out of the equation, and that's just the natural way of life. But you can't, put it in your hands to think that you have the utmost control of it, because you're special and you deserve to be here. And I feel like a lot of people, are not told that they belong here, or that they're worthy enough, or that they're whatever. But like honestly, like I wasn't told that as much as I needed to be told that. And I think that at the end of the day, it's like you got to realize that you are beautiful. You are, who you are. And sometimes you feel like you want to change yourself because you see everybody, dressing a certain way and acting a certain way and getting surgeries and doing all this stuff to make themselves seem perfect. But perfect's just an illusion. Like, honestly, like, it's literally just an illusion. Like, you're already beautiful because God made you that way. So at the end of the day, like, there's nothing wrong with you. You just got to find the inner you to realize that you are special, you are loving, you are caring, you're kind. Like, you got to find your purpose. And, it takes time. But if you give up and you don't keep going, you're never going to find it. And I realized, like, I went through way too much stuff to give up now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even though sometimes I want to, it's just not worth it. Honestly. And I'm just thinking about, like, is it really worth it? And sometimes it seems like it is really worth it because you're mentally gone. You're mentally tired. You're mentally exhausted. So what else do you have? Nothing, right? That's how you feel. But in reality, you are so much more than that. That emotion that you're feeling is really not saying it's not real, because those feelings are real, but it's not bigger than my purpose, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I could be depressed, I could be whatever, but it's not bigger than what I am and my purpose. Like, I feel like my purpose is way bigger, and I'm gonna stay here just because my purpose is way bigger than not to be here. Like, keep going, because you're gonna get to where you need to be, and it's coming soon. So you just gotta be patient. Like, that's one thing I'm not good at. I'm not good at patience. Like, I suck at patience. If you know me, you know that I'm not a patient person. But over this year, I've learned I learned, one, that I'm not a patient person. I learned how to be a little bit more patient. Yeah, I'm not the best at it. I'm still working on it. Like, give me time. But I definitely have been way better than 2 years ago. Like, 2 years ago, like, you couldn't even get me to sit down and have a conversation. You couldn't even get me to change my perspective or whatever, because I was just not patient enough to listen or to take the advice, because, like I said, I didn't think I needed help. And I wouldn't ask for help because I was scared of asking for help, because I didn't want to seem weak, or I didn't want to seem like I didn't have control over my life. And I think that's like the scary part, because when you're going through mental health issues and when you're going through just life, you feel like, everybody tries to act perfect and, make their life seem like it's, all good all the time. But, like, you need to go through shit to realize, like, okay, like, I went through shit, but the good is, like, good. Like, when you go through shit and you go through a lot of stuff and then something positive happens and you appreciate it way more because you went through all that stuff and you know what you went through, and now you having fun and you feel positive and you feel enlightenment. It's because you know how it feels to be down in the gutter, and you know how it feels to, not have much or whatever. So I'm saying keep going, because things are going to get better. You just have to want it for yourself. You have to want to try. If you don't try, nothing's going to ever happen. And trying is also keep going. Like, it all comes together. It all makes sense at the end of the day, but you have to want it badly enough. And it's going to be hard. And some days you're going to fall off. Some days you're not going to be 100% there, and that's fine. But keep going, because at the end of the day, you're gonna pat yourself on the back that you kept going. You're gonna pat yourself on the back that you didn't let your demons and everybody, tear you apart and eat you alive. Yes, it felt like that, but you didn't let it because you kept going, So that's all I have to say. If you like this message, please comment down below, and I love y'all, and stay safe. Boom.